Before we went on the break, we did talk about the priorities, but also touched a bit on allocations, the importance of why there needs to be policies in regards to, the national budget. People don't understand that, but you made it clear, Mr. Daniel Steinman, why policies are so important when it comes to the budget, but also the allocations. We are hoping that, the budget allocations will probably be in our interest, but we cannot foresee that. Maybe you have some information to tell us what's going to happen.
Also, if I knew that, I would be a very rich man. Because everybody would want to employ me to tell them how to solve the country's problems overnight. But let's look at the budget and let's just revisit that question. What is it that we want to achieve? Because that is the uppermost important question that the budget asks.
Yeah.
And that is why I said before we went on the break, policy is all important.
Yeah.
You have to have clear policy because policy determines the priorities. And remember, I used the grade 1 versus grade 10 or grade 12 learner outcome as an illustration of priorities. And now we're looking at allocation. And allocation refers to how much money does the item get. So priority is which items, what must be covered by the budget, and then allocations is how do we make that split? How do we decide so much for this function or so much for that function? And let's use again a very practical example, and I'm going to use part of the Defence Force because it is so contentious, and you know that whenever you talk about Defence Force and budget, you've got widely varying views on what is necessary and what not.
Yeah.
Do you think we need a Navy?
Yes, we do.
What for?
I personally think so.
Why do we need a Navy?
Well, a lot is happening.
To go capture some drone that is not a threat?
I can give you a very straight answer. Oil was discovered. Who's going to control that?
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. That is excellent. Because many people, that same argument, we don't need an army, there's no war.
Yeah.
We have to have a defense capability.
Yes.
But I'm saying we mustn't waste money.
Yeah.
Through our allocation to the army. The allocation, the size that goes to each department must reflect the priority, and the priority must reflect the policy.
Yes.
Do you see how this chain, the one step leads to the other? And if you don't start with a solid policy, if the beginning of your accounting is flawed, then the whole process is flawed.
Yeah.
That's why policy is so important. Now we got to priorities. We say, okay, what are we going to do? Do we need a Navy? Do we need an army? And I'm making a distinction here on land-based forces and maritime forces.
Yeah.
So you and I agree we need a Navy. Now the question is what for? To protect the oil? Maybe. To protect the fishing grounds?
Yes.
Maybe. The fact of the matter is that Namibia has a coastline of over 1,600 kilometers. And if you're looking at a defense capability on land, you must also look at